right now at St. Vrain State Park, and we're putzing around on our little electric bikes that we have, or scooters actually, and we wanted to show you the campsite. It's really hard for me to see the screen, so I'm not going to be able to see the chat very well. So let's go ahead and take a ride on the bikes. But this place is beautiful. Let me turn the camera around so you can see everything. But we're actually this park actually has several lakes, and it's a great place to go birding. If you follow our channel, you'll know that I love taking pictures of eagles, and that I've put out a lot of pictures of ice fishing with eagles. And this is that lake, one of the lakes where I take pictures of eagles. Normally you can see one of our 14ers, Colorado 14er mountains right there, called Long's Peak and Meeker's Peak. But it's got clouds right now. It's kind of a cool rainy day, and today's the day of the University of Colorado CU versus Colorado State game. Go Buffs! So let's go ahead and take a ride. But this particular lake, this one you can have a motorized boat on. I'm standing at the ramp, obviously. This is a big fishing state park. A lot of people come here to fish because there's so many ponds. And it's a great RV park. So we're going to give you a tour, and we're going to go over here, which is probably my least favorite part of the park. So we'll start there, and then we'll whip around to where we're staying. And so let's go ahead. These bikes, we absolutely love these scooters.
What's the deal here? You promised me a Harley. And why is mine the small one?
Because I got mine second. So we purchase these bikes for when we go RVing, and they're absolutely wonderful to get around the campsite.
Commuter scooters.
Commuter scooters. But we actually bought these on Amazon for less than $400 a piece. They're wonderful. They're electric. We've put new seats on them. They're a little more comfortable, but they're actually really cool.
Don't take that.
So I have like a little thing on here that I can put my phone. So let's go ahead and take a ride. And again, I can't see the chat, so if you're talking to me, I can't see you. So let's go ahead and take a ride. Are you able to see the chat, Mr. Martini?
No, I don't have internet. I got a crummy phone.
You have the better phone. All right, why don't we go over to, we're not able to get to the other campsite over going that way. I think we have to go this way.
You ride, I'll follow you.
All right.
Scooter says you got 20 miles.
So these go pretty fast. I mean, it's like if I do full throttle right now, you can see it goes pretty fast. And then their brakes are like, bike brakes. So I don't think we can get to a campsite that way. I think we have to go out and around to get to that other loop, RV loop. So most of the state parks in Colorado, their campsites only have electricity. Some of the bigger state parks, you can get a couple of sites, not a whole lot, that have sewer and water. But most of the campsites you're going to find in a Colorado State Park are just electric. You can fill your tanks at the dump stations. So you can arrive, fill your tank up, and then set up. So again, it's Speedy Gonzalez here. So again, there's probably about 7 ponds here. The birds love it. It can be a bird sanctuary. This time of year, you're mostly going to see American white pelicans and Canadian goose. What else do you see this time of year? You know, regular mallard ducks. But we love the state parks in Colorado. We stay mostly at them because there's actually less tourists at the state parks. It's mostly locals. Yeah, be careful. Stay under the speed limit. These things go pretty fast. I'm hoping you can hear me. So there's the dump station. Let's just go in here real quick. So it's a two-sided one, which is nice because this is a pretty busy one. But you can fill up with water right there before you unhook. So it's about, I don't know, maybe it's about 9 o'clock. I don't even know what time it is. I'm camping. I'm not looking at the clock. But it's still, you know, morning time here in Colorado. Your other places. So we are going to sites 42 to 87. And again, this is probably my least favorite part of the campground, but it's more conducive to really big rigs. So that takes you to one of the lakes. Actually, we can go this way. I think we can go this way to get to the campsites. Might just take us to the ponds. I don't want to go too fast here because of the gravel. My tires aren't that big. So this is called Bald Eagle Pond. Again, this is a real popular park with bald eagles. They're not here this time of year. There's a lot of fishing that goes on in this pond. And all the pond, oh, and you can bring your kayaks and your stand-up boards. Very popular here. There's a lot of launch areas to put your boards and kayaks and canoes in. A lot of day use picnic areas that are really, really nice. And look at this. You can sit here and picnic and be at this nice pond. So my son and I, we come here and go bird watching and take photographs a lot year round. Go walking around the ponds. We'll have a picnic lunch at one of these shelters. The one downfall, and you might be able to see this as I come around here, is that the interstate's right there, I-25. So it gets loud. But it's never really bothered me camping here. Like if you get here on a Friday night and it's 5 o'clock, you know, it's traffic hour, so it gets a little loud. But otherwise, sleeping and stuff, it's not that bad. So this is called tail feather. This is more for really big rigs. And again, it's my least favorite part of the park. So you can see the really big buses are here. Now these guys have electric. These guys have sewer and water here. Ah, I didn't realize that that's the difference over here. So you get sewer and water here, but it's not very treed. And I didn't realize these had sewer and water over here. That's why the big rigs are here. But I mean, look at the views. I mean, look at this campsite that this guy's on. He's there, and you've got these beautiful ponds. And again, there's probably about 7 or 8 of them. We're going to find a shady area, and let's just make sure that I'm not, you know, that I'm actually live, because I can't see my screen. Tons of fishing banks, tons. There's a ton of loops. I want to see if these guys have sewer. Yeah, these guys have sewer and water also. That's good to know. I didn't think that I thought the whole camp didn't have sewer and water. But again, this is my least favorite. Oh, that's a nice one. I like the color. Yeah, these all look like they have sewer and water. Labor Day weekend. I think it cost me like 130. I purchased them a long time ago. I purchased my state park RV sites like the minute you can start booking 6 months in advance. So I literally booked this back in February, so I don't remember how much I paid for it. Because they're very popular with the locals. So as you know, we meet friends all the time. Oh, here's Shay. Can you go in the shade and see? Let me see your phone. Come here. There's another pond. And see, a lot of these sites, they have, yeah, I just want to make sure I am broadcasting. Can you look to see if your chat's going?
It's going to take a little while.
So give us a second. Let me see who we've got here. So why aren't we the top of your search?
Which one?
Trying to get on Mr. Martini's. Why aren't we coming up? Martini.
I have a new phone. That must be it.
I know, but it's okay. Now it's showing us for live. So we
There
are live.
That's your bike, look.
Yeah.
But there's
So,
a delay, right? Because
right.
it didn't move. There it goes.
So here's, whoop, that's not us.
All right, pool party.
So, oh, cemetery visitor. Once you do a wheelie, don't.
It doesn't have enough amps.
All right. So now that I've verified that I'm actually broadcasting, again, I can't see my screen, and that's why I'm not answering anybody in the chat. So it's like, look at this. It's a really nice lake here, little pond. And I don't know if you can see it off in the distance. That's I-25, which is a major, pretty much one of the biggest highway through Colorado. It goes north-south, goes all the way down into New Mexico, up through Wyoming. So it's a pretty heavily traveled. So you're right next to it. But again, it just in certain parts of the park you hear it. It's actually pretty quiet over here on this loop. Gravel?
Yep. Don't be in front of your camera, please.
Okay.
We requested my scooter burnout.
Oh.
Alright,
You don't get a wheelie, but you get a burnout. See, look how pretty this is. This is still Bald Eagle Pond. So it's a pretty sizable pond, but it's definitely not the biggest. We'll take you to the biggest. So, but yeah, we can go on the trails. So over there's another pond over on the other side there, but we're gonna go to the pretty side of the park. There's Coots Pond over there. And this is pretty much the edge of the campsite. So let's go to the pretty side. My favorite side, where we're staying. We'll show you our campground. So Colorado has a lot of state parks to stay in, some better than others. A lot of them are around water. One of my favorites, we don't go up into the mountains too much with our RV because we pull our RV with my Cherokee. And even though I have a Hemi in it, V8, going up in the Rockies is a big strain on my car. So we just decided if we go to the state parks up in the mountains, we're going close, like Estes Park and above Golden. So one of my favorite that we've stayed at the state parks is Golden Gate State Park, and it's right above Golden, Colorado, and it is beautiful. And if you've seen some of my shorts of our campsites lately, where it was like pouring rain, and I'm showing a fun squirrel running around a campsite, stuff like that. That's Golden Gate State Park. Morning. Oh, I have a my bell. My bell's not as cool. This is my bell. Now, the one thing about these scooters, when we got them, is the seats really hurt your hind end. So we changed out the seats to a little more of a gel seat, a nicer one, and it's been a lot better. So, and again, we purchased these on Amazon, and we really did our that what?
I beat that speed limit by 3 miles.
How do you know how much you spent?
Mine's got a speedometer on it.
Oh, yours does? Okay. So yours is a Jason?
Yeah, or a Jason.
A Jason. And mine is a Corona.
Morning.
A Caroma.
A Caroma.
Caroma. And mine has a key and his doesn't, which is nice. So nobody can just take off on your scooter.
Yeah, they'll just pick it up and carry it away.
And then mine's got a basket like his. And then both of them have little headlights, which are nice. And it's kickstands.
Disc brakes.
But mine was a little more expensive, wasn't it?
Yeah, I got it with bigger tires. I learned a little bit when I bought mine about what would make you more happy. I like mine because it's more of a conventional scooter.
Uh-huh.
Yours is kind of a commuter scooter. Got the bigger tires and the better brakes and all that kind of stuff.
All right, so let's go to the pre-side. Hello, morning. So one of the lakes that we're going to be coming up to is very popular for ice fishing. Actually, they're all popular.
Yours is fast.
Oh, he says mine's faster. All of them are popular for ice fishing. And it is one of the most gorgeous views you will ever have fishing in the winter here. It is because the Rockies are right to my left, and they're snow-capped, and it's just some of my most, if you've seen some of my winter videos, eagles and stuff like that, you'll see how gorgeous the views are here in the winter. So we're coming up to, I forget what this lake's called. What is this lake called? This one, okay, so this is Sandpiper Pond, and this is Camping Loop 1 through 5. So these guys, they're all back ends, but they're right on the lake. They're right on Sandpiper Lake, which is one of the biggest lakes. It's not the biggest. We're staying next to the biggest. But they just have this wonderful view. They literally they can fish right at their campsite.
Sweet.
Sweet. They have,
get that on live. You might have to edit it because it's going great.
But they have these metal shelters, which are so loud when it's hailing, but they protect you. A lot of the state parks have those kind of shelters. So here, we'll go up a little bit so we can see this Sandpiper Lake. This lake gets a lot of eagles. They like the trees around here. Let's go up here. Again, the day views here is marvelous. And in the wintertime, this lake is just covered with ice fishing shelters.
Birds are fishing today.
There they are. There's the Canadian geese. So we've stayed over there before, right on the lake, right on the side there, and it was really nice and it was very quiet. We'll go over there, but the one thing we didn't like about it, we thought it was going to be hot this weekend because Labor Day usually is. So we stayed in the shaded area, the really good shaded area. And why are you turning
You gotta love our water rescue tools. It's basically a motorcycle tire tied to a rope. That way you can pull somebody out of the water, especially if it's ice.
Oh, that's funny.
So we leave those out during the ice fishing season as well.
Hey. But yeah, we thought it was going to be hot, and so I booked this shaded area I really like. It's probably the best shaded area in the area, which we'll take a look at. And the other place that I just showed you where we stayed before, it's very quiet over there. It's nice. Again, this is my favorite part. See, and a lot of fishermen, a lot of families fishing here. So, and at night, at dusk, you get a lot of catfish fishermen, and they have trout and carp, brownies. What you doing, Patrick?
Hey, there's one that's not fading.
Oh.
Take off, I'll follow you.
All right, here we go. You'll also notice there's a lot of sunflowers. It's sunflower season here in Colorado. August and September, or at least September, we get a lot of sunflowers. But they said we're going to have an early change of season. I mean, if you look at that tree, it's already starting to change. That is going to start changing like in 2 weeks. That's really early for us. So we might go up to the mountains and start changing. It won't change that early down here, but it will up in the Rockies. It starts in the north and makes its way south.
Yeah, I didn't see a blanket.
All right. And then the elk rut's going to be starting real soon. Up in Elk Rut, starting real soon. Go up to Estes Park, which is just right above us. And the town gets full of elk, like full of elk. Best place to see them is the golf course.
Or Burger King.
Or Burger King. Safeway. They like Safeway for some reason. If you didn't hear that, he said that elk don't like Safeway since the prices have gone up. So, it being Labor Day weekend, we have a lot of people that have already staked their claim on the day use. So straight ahead, right here, is where we're staying. It's my favorite part. Matter of fact, that's our RV. Straight ahead. It's very shaded here. That's why we like this loop. So this is all day use here. Well, these guys were here early staking their claim. And straight ahead, that building, that's the showers. Really nice showers. You can see those rigs are right on the water on Piper Pond. And straight ahead is, I think it's Pelican Pond. Yeah, that's Pelican Pond straight ahead. I get really good eagle shots, but the tree where I get really good eagle shots, it's knocked down. I think that there was light and it got hit with a bolt of lightning. Morning. So, this is the Pelican Pond camping loop, sites 6 through 24. This is my favorite, and you can see why. It is just beautiful back in here. It sits right on the lake, very shaded, mostly back in. There's some pull-throughs. But this is us to the left. We're in number 8. So this is our site right here. That's our Kodiak. It's very dog friendly here. Oh, I lost Mr. Martini. Somebody's obviously asking him about the scooters. But yeah, that's our little Kodiak. We've had it for probably 1.5 years now. I pull it with that Grand Cherokee. It's got a Hemi V8 in it. Never had any problems with it. But again, we don't go up to the Rockies too high because I just don't want to blow my engine up. So we bought this more for when we moved to North Carolina, which is going to be real soon. We'll be going live a lot in 2 weeks, taking you across country with us as we take a moving truck across country to North Carolina. We're putting a bunch of stuff in storage and then hopefully putting the house on the market and leaving Colorado in about a year. We're waiting for the market to recover. What they want to know about the scooters?
Stay there. Making friends everywhere I go.
Yes, you are. All right. So yeah, this is our favorite. We have tent campers and RVs. These guys are right on the lake. It's the biggest lake. It's one of my favorites, the kayak, which we'll probably do tomorrow. We have to go get them, actually. We're not far from where we live. All right, let's go on some of the trails, and I'll take a look to see the chat, because again, I can't see the chat right now. A little sunny. So, this is the Pelican Pond Trail. We'll go see if we can see the swallows. There's this area underneath the freeway. See the freeway right there? I-25. So it gets noisy over here because of that on the trail. So hopefully you'll still be able to hear me. This is a little secluded spot that a lot of people don't know about. I come here a lot to launch my kayak here. Great picnic shelter. Come here and we have little picnics. We just launch off right here. I mean, it's absolutely perfect to launch your kayaks or your boards. And off in the distance is some American white pelicans. Maybe some gulls. It's hard to tell.
It's one of those push-in boat ramps. You can push it in, it's a boat ramp.
Alright. You want to go where the swallows are?
Yeah, sure.
Why don't you go ahead of me? I walk this trail quite a bit because when you come back in here, there's more birds because there's not as many people. A lot of people fish back in here. It's a great pioneer cabin off in the distance. Come across a lot of pioneer cabins here in Colorado. They sit on land that been handed down for generations. You okay? Okay. Let's look at the chat. Alright.
It lags, but it's all good.
So when you look out, this is the biggest lake. You look out there, you might be able to see that pioneer cabin off in a distance. And then we have the pelicans. See if I can go in.
Little fish right there.
So you see the pioneer cabin there, up on the ridge. And the white pelicans. Actually, in the summertime, we don't have as many birds as we had in fall and spring, winter. We have a lot of birds in the summer. Mostly birds of prey.
Man, that's a big bird out there.
It's the pelicans.
Yeah, looks like it'd be one of them paddle boats with a couple kids or something like that.
So if you're not familiar with the American white pelicans, they're freshwater pelicans. They like the high altitude. So we have them all over Colorado, because you're at high altitude everywhere you go in Colorado. We're at about 5,600 feet here. I mean, you get off the plane and you're in altitude. Alright, I think this is where I turn to go see the swallows. There's like thousands and thousands of swallows where I'm taking you. They're under the overpass of the freeway. And it might be a little late in the season. But they have like, there's like years and years worth of mud nests underneath this overpass. I'm looking over there. I don't see a ton of swallows. I think it might be.
Swallows are down there.
I know, but I'm not seeing a bunch flying.
It's not swallow season.
Yeah, it's not really swallow season. They're more of a spring bird, because they make these nests, these mud nests. And there's usually just like tons of them in these mud nests. There's like, you probably can't see it. There's like just thousands of mud nests I can see. Let's see if I can get closer. Yeah, they're already gone. Yeah, the swallows are already gone. Yeah. I don't know if you can see them.
Hello? Anyone home?
Nobody's
Came
there.
to see the swallow.
Oh yeah, the nests, you can't see them. Yeah, they're gone. Not a bird to be found.
They said Dave's not here, man.
So, you can't see it, but over on my right is the St. Vrain. It's V with the word rain. River. They have it kind of dammed at the other end on my right, so you don't see it flowing, but it flows pretty well. It comes from the Rockies and flows into Lyons, the town of Lyons, and through Longmont. I mean, you can go tubing in Longmont. You can go tubing in Lyons too. Let's get away from these cars.
Go tubing anywhere there's water in Colorado.
Yeah.
Some places are more dangerous than others.
All right, let's get back on the trail. So right here is where you exit the state park. And now we're going back into the state park. It's really cool here in Colorado. They give us a big discount on annual passes on state parks if we purchase the pass through our registration. So when we register our cars, we have the option to pick a Colorado state annual pass. And it's worth its weight in gold, because it normally costs $10 to get to these parks, and
the parks benefit too.
And the parks benefit too. And so when you get your registration card, you have like a little park symbol on it showing that you paid for an annual pass, and you just show them your registration when you come through the gate. But it's really at a discounted rate. when we purchase it that way.
There's a river on one side, the lake on the other.
Yeah, so there's the St. Vrain. There's that cabin. If you can see it, it's a pioneer cabin up on the hill there. It sits on private property. So I think the family.
Something soaring over there.
I think the family's just passed it down over the years. And then this is the St. Vrain River. I'm not sure if I'm getting it or not. It's hard for me to see. So, yeah, I can't hardly see my screen at all. But yeah, this is St. Vrain. Again, it's V and then the word rain. St. Vrain. And then on this side is that big lake. And our RV's on the other side there. And then this way is the Rocky Mountains, and I'm kind of socked in, but nothing beats the view from this park when it's clear. When those mountains are snow-capped, oh my goodness. Some of the best pictures I've ever taken of the Rockies is from this park. So this path goes all the way around the lake. So it's very accessible. Here's the pioneer cabin again. Trying to see. Okay, yeah, there's the pioneer cabin, and then the family now lives in a.
I don't know if they live there or just keep their horses here.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
If you look at the property, it's beautiful horse property.
Yeah, it's a beautiful horse property, and I think that they live in a bigger house over the mound, and that this is more for like the ranch hands.
Well, I can't help to notice there's several oil leases on the property, so I'm sure the house is bigger than the trailer.
Yeah, the one thing about Colorado, we have a lot of oil drilling here.
Natural gas, baby.
Natural gas and oil. Uranium. This used to be one of the biggest uranium deposits in the United States. And marble. We actually even have a town called Marble that provided the marble for the Lincoln Memorial. It's called Yule Marble. And it also provided the marble for the unknown soldier. I'm actually doing a whole video on the Lincoln Memorial coming up on our Generations Found channel. If you've never checked out that channel, it's actually become our main channel over at Colorado Martini. I spend most of my time on Generations Found, more so than Colorado Martini these days. So definitely check that out. What we do is we scan the archives for footage and pictures and tell the story of what the footage and the picture's all about. You know, we find rare pictures and stuff, and you get to kind of jump into the past and really learn about, you know, like its name, Generations Found. We find generations of history and bring it to you. I think you would enjoy it. All right. This trail gets really hot. So if you walk it, do it in the mornings or the early evenings, it just has no shade. There's a lot of sitting in bathrooms and stuff. But it definitely gets hot on this trail. Definitely have a hat. Good morning. Up ahead is where they do like summer camps with the kids. Looks like they've already closed up for the season. We close up in these parts. It could snow in 2 weeks. It's actually already started snowing in the mountains. I heard they got snow at blue sky, which used to be Mount Evans. Which is pretty high up. It's where you can go and find mountain goats. There's a whole herd of them up there. We call it a flock. You okay?
Yeah.
Keep stopping.
Beat up on my
I don't think he's got the new seat on, kids, like I do. Although my butt is starting to hurt. Alright, so if we go straight, that takes us to that big lake that you have a motorized boat on. Has one of the best views in the whole park. Yeah, my tree over there where I used to take eagle pictures. So in the wintertime,
wind might have got it.
the
It was over
wind,
100 years old.
yeah. This pond is very popular with ice fishermen. And what they do is they sit on this lake, and when they catch a fish, they throw it out on the ice, and the eagles swoop down from the trees on the side and get the fish. And so I've gotten some of my best bald eagle pictures and footage right from this spot. And they used to swoop down from a huge tree that was over here, but it's knocked down, and I'm not sure why. And then they would also swoop down from these trees too. And they would tag team. And it's really, really fun to watch, and especially on a beautiful blue sky day. And they fight with the herons for the fish. But it's quite entertaining. I could sit here for hours and watch them do that.
So, as we grow up, we need to do the public service announcement not to eat fuzzy corn dogs. Take off.
The cattails, they're starting to form the cattails. Yeah, and cattails come out in the fall. Alright, so we're coming up to another RV loop that we've stayed in before. This one's not as shaded as where we're staying, but it's probably the quietest. What I love about these campsites is you're not right on top of each other, and you're going to find that in the state parks in Colorado. They don't cram you in normally, at least the ones I've been to. You have a lot of room around you, as you can see. And then again, all the ones I showed you here on this side are just electric. So that one straight ahead with the New Mexico flag is where we've stayed before. And that was a nice campsite, especially with the dog. It was nice, and it's right on the lake, and it's kind of set off from everybody else. It's Site 36, and you have a lot of privacy, except for that dock. You get a lot of fishermen coming in the morning, and
They're all right. They just smell bad.
and in the evening. But I enjoy that. I enjoy watching them fish, and they're quiet. But yeah, this is one of my favorite sites, Site 36. And you can put your chairs, right here, and you can see the lake or pond, whatever you want to call it. Yes, this is a pond because it's small. But I mean, look at that; it's so nice. And again, the freeway is the biggest downfall of this whole state park. But you know what?
That's how you get here.
It just really hasn't bothered me. It never has. Just like on a Friday at 5 when you get here, it's a little loud because of, everybody's getting home for the weekend. But otherwise, it's not that bad, and especially at night. All right.
A lot of handicapped accessible parking.
There is a lot of handicapped accessible parking and a lot of paid. You could really get around well on a in a wheelchair here. I don't know if you can see it, but off in the distance is that tree that I said came down where I used to take pictures of the eagles. I used to love that tree. So it's kind of a bummer it got knocked down. And look at the site. It's a wonderful site. He's right on the water. All these sites are, both sides are right on the water.
Our side.
Huh?
Over to our side.
Okay.
Oh, she's right here, baby.
Oh, are you?
Don't get run over.
Oh, well. I'm going the wrong way. So Mr. Martini wants to go over to our site. We'll go say hi to Spock, the dog. He's inside the camper right now. The weather's just absolutely marvelous at the moment.
Yeah, I got clear discrimination. I got a charger here for the Tesla.
Oh, you can charge your Tesla, but not
Not your scooter.
not your scooter. So these are really, oh, and they have washing machines in here, washer and dryers in here too, in this building. Really, really nice showers.
I'll give them a private tour to shower first.
I think that they must have gotten some funding to redo, to build new buildings a little while back, because a lot of the state parks have like brand new shower facilities, and they're closing down the older ones. Been really nice. Because remember, you don't have water in a lot of these sites, so, or sewer. So, you know, maybe you don't want to shower in your RV, so it's nice to have that option. This is one of my favorite sites right here, but you get a lot of car traffic. But it's so shaded. All right. So we're going back to our site.
Welcome to mi casa.
Mi casa is su casa. I mean, look at this great forest I have on the side here. All right. Spock, you want to come out and say hi to everybody? Spock is very old. He has a hard time. He's already gotten a walk.
Okay, take your time.
Hey, Spocky Poo. Hi.
Says,
You say hi to everybody?
where'd you guys go? Why didn't you take me?
So anyways, we just wanted to give you a little tour of the site and show you where we're staying and show you our little scooters. We appreciate you coming in. And we're probably going to sign off now. So thank you so much for coming.
Bye.